As I moved the gifts and casserole from one foot to the other, snow softly fell onto the welcome mat. Christmas Eve had always seemed like reclaiming home, the glow of porch lights warming my gloves more with hope than heat, leading me to Noel's arms after 2 weeks of red-eye flights and hospital hallways. Even though I had vowed I would be here, even if every late-night pager pleaded with me to stay, even as the double shifts kept me bound to the operating room, I raised my palm under the porch lamp's thin halo, bracing myself for the warmth and laughter I'd missed. When I gently but firmly knocked, the door cracked open, revealing Diane. She looked foreign to me, like a stranger. My mother-in-law's gray hair gleamed in the light. I gave her a measured look. Her eyes briefly flashed with chilly recognition, then dulled. A silent grin. The casserole held in my arms like a sacrifice, the presents heaped like unspoken vows. But before I could speak, she did. "Sorry. I think you have the wrong house." Every word, sharp, like they were cut out of ice. And with that, she shut the door. No hesitation, no regret. Just silence, thick and sudden. My ring was still on Noel's finger, my name was still on the mortgage. But that didn't seem to matter to the welcome mat at my feet, now buried under fresh snow. A message, hidden in icy indifference. Breathed in. It caught like a warning, but my chest just felt congested. We had been invited tonight, but I was turned away. My phone chimed in my pocket, a desperate demand I wasn't ready to meet. I swallowed hard, shoved my hands into my coat, brushing against the casserole lid, the one filled with memories, with the scent of pine, of cinnamon, of Noel's laugh dancing around the tree. She once pressed her glove into my palm as we sliced into lasagna after a long shift, another buzz. Noel's name flickered on the screen. My heart pounded. I moved away from the door. Answered, voice rough. "Don't be upset," she said, as if I were just a guest she didn't want to inconvenience. I imagined her, leaning on the kitchen counter, ring catching the underlight. The cabinet lights died beside her folded arms. Her words fell between us, heavy, hollow. She hung up. My shoulders drooped, cold pressing against the dish, against the presents. Every unsaid word making it all feel heavier. I tested the door handle. Locked. My name on the deed. Couldn't open that door. Shame hit me harder than the cold. I closed my eyes, snow swirling around me, and I wondered, how long had I been gone that my own family forgot my face? The street was deserted. Lights cast frozen halos across from another porch glowing with laughter. My house should have been glowing too. Garlands, wreaths. Instead, I was the stranger. I shifted my arms, slipped my phone back into my coat. Let the weight of rejection fall like snow. The presents balanced in one hand. The casserole clutched to my side, acts of love, now orphaned. I stepped back, then again, following the path to my car, the crunch of snow underfoot like a broken promise. My breath hung in the air, a curtain of life fading into the night. I looked once more at the wreath on the door, the welcome mat I had pictured so vividly. My breath glided toward the warm light inside, perhaps a Christmas tree, or maybe just a memory of hope. The house behind me shrank in the porch lamp's glow, its walls closed against me. My heart ached for a shared casserole, for whispered jokes, for the easing of weary bones into her arms. But instead, with disappointment thick in my chest, I brought my offerings back into the cold. The casserole tucked under my elbow like a wounded animal, the gifts bumping against my coat. Every step away was another goodbye. When I reached the driver's door, I paused, one hand on the handle, breathing, deep, until it hurt. Then, I gave the house one last look. A silent blessing. A farewell. I slipped into the seat. The engine's warmth creeping into my jacket. Melting snow from my shoulders. I held the casserole close, like comfort. In the mirror, the house grew smaller. Its windows stayed dark. The porch light blinked out as I reversed down the drive. Christmas Eve had become a lesson. Love cannot be coerced. I let out a long plume of steam, disappearing across the threshold. The welcome mat lay behind me, blanketed in snow, and for the first time in years, I felt the potential of a new beginning. My finger hovered over the green call button, trembling. Could anything undo what just happened? The ringtone cut through me. Noel's name lit the screen. I wasn't ready, for comfort or hurt. "Don't be upset," she repeated, as though I was just a guest she'd forgotten to account for. The wind snatched her words, scattered them like snowdrifts. I imagined her voice soft, remorseful, bathed in pine and cinnamon. But there was no guilt, only this chilling phrase, "We couldn't let you in." The words echoed, practiced, detached. She couldn't remember the joy of Christmas morning, the memories we made. I didn't interrupt, just held the phone like it could teach me something. I whispered gently, "I want peace." Because I was tired of calming myself more than anyone else ever had. She seemed content. I imagined her walking away, but she didn't hang up. I heard it. Her breath. The scent of her vanilla lotion came back to me. A laugh crackled in the background. Diane's voice. He still thinks paying rent makes him part of the family. Laughter. Stifled and cruel. He's helpful, but he doesn't belong here. My pulse pounded, fists clenched, eyes shut tight. I imagined them at the entryway, arms folded, laughing, the empty welcome sign inside their warm home like a monument to exclusion. Christmas, tailored to leave me out. I wanted to scream, to remind them, "I love you. I'm your husband." But my voice cracked beneath the weight of hurt. I looked down, at the presents, her favorite Kashmiri book, wrapped in burgundy paper, poetry, the rosemary from our garden still fragrant in the warm dish. Snowflakes fell in silence, each one like a witness. I looked up, waiting, hoping. The call was still open. Only laughter answered. I let the earpiece hang, listened to every